We are learning more this morning about a mid-state sex trafficking scheme involving a 16-year-old girl. News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley is at the Criminal Justice Center this morning with new information. And Cuthbert, what are police telling you now?
Good morning, Jennifer. What police are telling me this morning is that this is a case that actually goes across state lines. We're talking from Alabama up here to where the scheme ended here in Nashville earlier this week. Take a look at these mugshots. These are the two women involved in this situation. You're looking at Megan Williams and Elizabeth Thomas. According to police, they befriended this 16-year-old girl on social media back in Alabama. Then they forced the girl, according to police, into prostitution there in that state. But for some reason, they ended up here in Nashville earlier this week. That's when police are telling me that the two women then posted ads on a website called Backpage.com. It's a website that's known for hosting prostitution ads. The woman told the girl told police that she made hundreds of dollars throughout the week, but the women are accused of taking all of that money from her and not letting the 16-year-old leave their site. Now, somehow on Thursday, the girl was able to escape, called her mother back in Alabama. Then that mom called 911 telling police what was going on, and that's when Metro Police went to the girl's help and actually brought the girl to those two women. Again, their names are Megan Williams and Elizabeth Thomas, and the girl was able to identify them as the women at the center of this sex trafficking scheme. They are still here at the Criminal Justice Center this morning on a $200,000 bond, and we now know that the girl is in custody of the Alabama Children's Services. Reporting live here at the Criminal Justice Center this morning, I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
Cheatham County dentist is facing charges after he allegedly showed up to work drunk and worked on patients. Police arrested Dr. Stephen Kaufman at his Ashland City office. He is charged with DUI, reckless endangerment, and violation of the implied consent law. Police arrived at the Cheatham Family Dentistry Thursday afternoon to find Dr. Kaufman wearing, they say, a t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops and smelling of alcohol. After he failed a sobriety test, he was arrested. Shelley Stevenson says she called police when she arrived at the office to pick up her nephew, and she says Dr. Kaufman was starting to take out her nephew's wisdom teeth. Now she wants the community to know about what happened.
This could happen anywhere, and this could potentially hurt somebody's children, somebody's parents. We want to protect our families.
Kaufman posted a $3,000 bond and is out of jail. He is scheduled to appear in court November 4th. There is now an investigation underway in Knoxville where authorities have found that the cremated remains of 40 people have vanished from two cemeteries. Whitney Good has more.
We're shocked and dismayed that somebody would do this. It's a despicable crime.
Berry Highland Cemetery officials were working with a family this week who had cremated remains of a loved one kept at this cemetery, and they quickly noticed the urn was missing.
I'm a fourth-generation funeral director, been in this business for 30 plus years, and I've never seen anything like this.
They began checking other urns in the cemetery and discovered 21 weren't there. They also searched the other cemeteries they own and found 19 missing from Berry Highland West. Now they're working to notify 40 families whose loved ones' cremated remains have vanished.
Some of the families, this is the anniversary, just coincidental, it's the anniversary date of their loved one's death.
Knoxville police say the whole case is bizarre.
Why would somebody want to victimize not only these families but these cemeteries as well?
They still have unanswered questions, but they believe whoever is responsible is familiar with how cremated remains are kept and didn't leave any trace of the crime behind, leaving investigators stumped as to when the crimes actually happened.
One thing that most people would think of initially is that it was for metal, but that does not seem to be the case at this point, since the majority of them were not in a metal type container.
But police say they have a team of investigators combing through any evidence to track down those responsible.
I can assure you that we would push for the strongest charge that we could on the individuals once they're located and arrested.
Cemetery officials say they have beefed up security and are considering adding security cameras. He has been convicted of murder twice and now he's been arrested for killing again. Metro Police arrested Robert Johnson yesterday. The 51-year-old is charged now with the murder of Chanel Martin. The shooting happened back in January at the Elks Lodge Bar on Jefferson Street. Johnson was previously convicted of second-degree murder in Nashville in 1982 and voluntary manslaughter in 1994. He's now being held without bond. And a suspect wanted in another murder has turned himself in. Demetrius Carter surrendered late Thursday night in Nashville. The 18-year-old is charged in the May 6th shooting death of Michael Pillow at a Bell Road apartment complex. His brothers, William and Eric, are also charged in the murder. They are already in custody. The teenager who escaped from custody in Clarksville has been captured in Virginia, but not before he stole a police cruiser while still in handcuffs. This all started in Montgomery County Thursday afternoon after 15-year-old Ryan Santos escaped from a juvenile detention van. Police issued an alert with a description of the car Santos was rumored to be in, and deputies with the Frederick County Sheriff's Office in Virginia spotted the car and arrested Santos. But after placing him inside their cruiser, officers say Santos was able, while handcuffed, to get into the driver's seat and drive off. After a brief chase, Santos crashed the car and was arrested. He was initially facing charges related to a drive-by shooting Monday in Clarksville. The family of an elderly Franklin man is relieved after he was found safe last night more than 200 miles from home near Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Shortly after 6 o'clock yesterday, a Missouri state trooper stopped Earl Ferrari after getting a report of a driver traveling well below the speed limit. When the trooper ran the vehicle's license plate, he realized it was the missing man. We are told the 85-year-old was a bit disoriented, but otherwise okay, but was taken to the hospital for an evaluation.